Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's That Proud Black Woman and I'm happy to be here again. Today I'm going to be doing a reaction video to a TEDx video. I haven't seen it before, but I actually love watching TEDx because there's so many motivational speakers that, oh my god, they literally blow my mind. So today I decided to watch something from women of color, and I found this one that says From Survive to Thrive, and about women of color in the corporate world. So I thought to video it while I talk to you guys about it. And I haven't seen it before, so we're going to be watching it together at the same time, and you'll see my honest reaction. So let's go.
Why do I feel diminished with no voice? Is it oftentimes because I'm the only female in the room? Or is it because I'm typically only the black female in the room?
I'm sorry the video has never started, but I could relate to what she just said because most of the time I'm like the only black woman in the room. Like where I work now, before I used to work on the floor, but now I work in the office, and I'm literally the only black person and the only black female. You get what I mean? So I could relate to the way she says she has no voice. Like, why does she feel she has no voice? I'll just keep quiet.
There are times that I look and say, can you hear me? I matter. When I think about my journey, it's been a very bittersweet road that I think about all the things that I've experienced in both my personal and academic career. It's interesting, in Lean In, Sheryl Sandberg said that 21 women are CEOs of corporate organizations. And that number is only 4% of women of color who hold top corporate jobs. I am one of those statistics. Women in leadership are vital for both our organizations and our communities. But if we
preach it, I don't understand how they don't know that women are so important. For crying out loud, we raise families. We raise those men that become managers and CEOs. If we didn't do a great job, do you think they will be there? So I don't get the logic. So if you put us there, definitely we're going to be doing a great job because we taught those men that are there. So you think we're not going to do a better job? Of course we're going to do a better job. So that's something to take on.
don't have that voice, we've lost half the world. Dualism is shifting is when women of color have to look at being in two cultures and have to shift between the two to make others feel comfortable. And what happens in that particular environment is that you either feel isolated or diminished. So in my experience, I decided to go back and get my doctorate. And when I did that, it's interesting.
Talking about doctorate degree, like I have that on the back burner. When I just came to Canada, that was my goal, to get my doctorate degree, because I'd finished my master's in 2012. So in fact, I had a proposal already. Like my proposal was on gender. Like it's funny how I chose this video because I didn't know she was going to talk about that, but it was on gender as a sixth ground in the Geneva Convention. So it was, I already wrote the proposal, but then when I got to Canada and things became a little tough and I couldn't get like job in the corporate world, I had to put that at the back because PhD, it ain't cheap, okay? It ain't cheap. But that doesn't mean that I've scrapped it. It's still in my back burner, so just putting that out there.
Those that I thought that would support me and help me in that journey told me that I either wouldn't graduate or that I wasn't committed to the program. At the time, I was a single black mother with 2 sons. So guess what? I didn't have a choice. I had to persevere. I had to show up every...
You know, it's funny because I'm not single, but I have 2 kids. And, you know, when I was going to do my NCA exam for my certificate of qualification, I had just had my baby like less than 2 months. I gave birth on August 27th. And I registered the next month for all my exams, which... Hear this. I registered in October, I think. Yeah, I registered in either September or October for January exams for 5 courses that I was going to totally self-study for. So I was thinking, you know what, maybe I should get a tutor, like on Skype or something that would put me through. And I contacted this guy that I found on Facebook, and he literally told me I couldn't do it. I was like, why do you want to do all 5? Like, you don't want to fail. Why don't you do 2 first? And I thought to myself, you know what? This is not the kind of tutor I want. I wanted to do all 5. I have 2 months to study by myself. By the way, I have a newborn and I have a son and I have a job. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to do it by myself. And I did. I self-studied. And guess what? I passed. I remember I would go to the exam hall and my sister would have my baby outside because she came to support. She came from Nigeria to support me, and she would have my baby outside in the car while I did the exam. And hear this, my baby was exclusively breastfed, so she wouldn't take anything else. She wouldn't even take the bottle. So it was stress. It was 1 week straight, Monday to Friday. Guess what? The result came out and I passed. I showed them that, yeah, I could do it. So.
And again, I had to make a choice. I had to make sure that I persevered, and it was so important for me to thrive. In that experience, although there were situations where I didn't feel supported, but I had one professor who told me, you have a voice, you can write, you've got to stay with it. And
isn't it funny how, if you look back at your life, there's always that one person that nudges you, that keeps nudging you on. And you might not realize at that time, but then when you actually pass through that hurdle or that time in your life that was stressful, and you think back at it, you see that there's always like some guardian angel, like one of them, like it could be your friend, it could be your family, it could be a total stranger. Like in our case, it was a professor that keeps telling you, you know what, you can do this. You go, girl, you can do this. And you'll be surprised that you actually hold on to that person with everything you have, and then you end up succeeding. So let me shut up again.
I did graduate with my doctorate. And in my doctorate studies, my actual dissertation is Courage on Fire, Women, Black Women Who Survived Corporate America. And the funny story around...
Wow. You know, as I said, I haven't watched this video before. And it's funny because, as I said before, I was going to do my doctorate degree in 2015. And funny, my topic was on gender as well. My proposal for my doctorate degree was on gender, and her was also about gender. That's kind of cool.
The research also stated that between 1992 and 2012, the workforce of Black women would raise by 46%. And that is a number way too large for us to ignore, and for it to only be 4% that is actually being represented. So when I finished with my undergraduate, I went to work for
4% in the entire corporate world. That's mind-boggling.
Corporate organization. I was so excited, and the same experience that I have had throughout my journey, I had a leader who told me that I would never have a leadership role, and that I didn't have.
You know, it's funny when leaders say that. Like, I think most of those leaders in corporate world, they need to go for leadership training.
Ability of being a leader. So what I do, I go back to school. Because for me, it's always been around the importance of not only education, but trying to persevere. And that's a legacy that my parents taught me. So I go back to school, I get my MBA, I come out, and I had the opportunity to work for another organization, and I had a leader that poured into me. And he told me, you have a voice, and you're not invisible, and I need for you to be bold. The other thing...
Exactly what happened, because if you notice, my first video was me addressing my co-workers about my experience as a Black woman. And my master's degree, I actually did human rights, and I never had that platform to let my voice be heard. But then people saw the video and they were like, you know what? You're natural. You could do this. Like, let your voice be heard around the world. So I thought, you know what? That's true. Maybe this is the break that I've been waiting for all my life. Maybe this is the way for me to actually make my voice be heard. Or this is, maybe I will be helping somebody out there. You never know. So it's really important to have a voice, and not just have that voice and be silent, but use that voice. You don't know who is going to help. Make sure you use your voice, just like I'm using mine right now.
I didn't mention is that in that doctoral program, again, I had others that did pour into me through that time frame. But again, I went to another role. I ended up having an individual who was my peer that I worked for, and she said to me, "You really aren't capable of being a leader." I remember that conversation, and I remember another individual coming to me who was an amazing mentor, and she said to me, "You can't worry about what people say about you. It's none of your business."
Exactly. That's why I always say, I'm black, I'm proud, I'm beautiful, I'm strong, and nobody can tell me nothing. I don't care what you think. It's your opinion. You're entitled to it, just like I'm entitled to my opinion. So I don't have to please you. Okay? So, and please people, don't let other people bring you down. I don't know what the problem of people are when they try to step on people and bring people down. Like, what's wrong with you? But you, on the other hand, don't let them lay into you. Don't let whatever they say bother you. Just believe in yourself. Believe that you can do it. It doesn't matter what color your skin is. It doesn't matter what race you are. It doesn't matter what those people say. Make sure that you invest in yourself. If you have, make sure that you use your voice. Period. Point blank. That's it.
What you actually need to do is use your voice. You have a choice. You need to use your voice. And at that moment, what I decided is that I didn't want to just survive. I wanted to thrive.
Preach it, sister. I reached my boiling point in 2020. I was like, you know what? Since I came to this country and when I was in Ireland, the only thing I did was survive, go from paycheck to paycheck. But I thought, like, 2020, especially the way the world has been, it's giving me time to reflect. And I'm like, you know what? I'm done with this stuff. Never again am I surviving. I'm going to start to thrive, and that's it. So putting it out there, if you have a job and you, and you want somebody to work with you, holla at your girl, okay? But that's the truth. Like, all jokes apart, I'm no longer surviving. I want to thrive. 2020, that's it. I'm thriving. And that's my motto from now on. And I implore you to also make that your motto for this entire year. Think about it. You don't want to survive. You want to thrive. You have that, all it takes. You have, like, you're not ordinary. You're extraordinary. I am extraordinary. Nobody's going to keep me down because of the color of my skin, okay? Nobody is going to step all over me. Nobody's going to walk all over me because of the color of my skin. I'm black, I'm proud, I'm bold, I'm beautiful. And I'm smart. Don't I look smart? I'm smart. Okay? Believe in yourself. I'll shut up now.
The irony of this is that I have a career in human resources, and human resources is we're supposed to ideally be the conscience of organizations.
It will help you, but oh well. So I'm just going to forward this because this is getting too long and I don't want you guys to lose interest or doze off. So I'm just going to forward it to see how she ends the entire thing.
I had a choice to make. At that point, I could have said, it's me or nothing. So although I've gone through my career and I think about the advantages that I've had and those people that have poured to me, I also remember the fact that all of us, each one of us, are responsible for ensuring that we're moving things along to better than 4%. I have been so blessed in things that have happened to me in my career from the standpoint that
you can feel the pain in her voice, like she's been through a lot, but she came out on top. And that's what I want to be. I want to come out on top. People that said I couldn't try, people that said I couldn't make it, people that said that I'm not smart enough. I want to show them that all those things that you said, I'm more than that, and a bottle of beer. I'm just joking. But all jokes apart, I'm more than that.
Though I've had people tell me I wouldn't graduate with my doctorate, I wouldn't be a leader, I wouldn't be able to actually lead teams, but I'm here. So the important thing about that is that I am that 4%. Wow. But I ask you all to work with me to fight for it to become 46%.
Wow. That's powerful. I like the way she ended it. Walk with me to take it from 4% to 46%. Let's all work together. Let's all use our voice. Let us all work together and make sure that this 4% thing about black women in the corporate world becomes 46%. Not just black women, all people of color. At least that way we're like almost 50%, which is good enough for now. But let us dominate. Let us show what we are made of. Anyway, I know this has been a very, very long video. I'm really sorry. Really sorry. So, okay, please like, subscribe, comment down below if you have any video you want me to react to, if you have any topic that you want me to talk about, if you want me to share your story, if you want me to interview you, whatever it is, just comment down below. Like, subscribe, and don't be selfish, people. Share. That's how this channel that's how our voices can be heard. That's how this channel can get to where we want it to be. Okay, I love you guys. See you in my next video. God bless you. Peace.